everybody, welcome back to the finale of Rose Recap. I am your love expert, Deanna Pappas.
And I am your TV expert, Nicole Seidman.
Man, oh man, was this a crazy week. We had 3 long hours of tears, crying, drama, and roses. This brings us to the finale of The Bachelor, and I tell you what, it was a doozy. It was such a good one.
Yes.
So long, so good. We started off with the family coming to visit Brad in South Africa, and I tell you what, this was one of my favorite moments of the entire show because you really saw a true moment within Brad. His family walked through the door, and I can tell you what, this was probably 8 weeks where he hasn't seen his family. And I know we've all heard it all season long. Brad loves his family.
Yes.
Brad is very close to his family.
You could see it.
And that is the most real moment that we saw when Brad broke down and cried because he was so happy to see his family and have them there for this important moment in his life. And it was beautiful to see.
It was also beautiful that he knew exactly who he was going to pick from the time that his family got there. He said, I'm in love, I'm getting married. I love when they're confident and they know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you should be at the finale, in my opinion, you know?
Well, confidence was one thing that Brad definitely had because when Chantel came for a visit with the family, they all really liked her.
Yeah.
And how could you not? Chantel is a gorgeous woman, very confident, very funny, very easy to like. And all the brothers really liked her. They liked her confidence. They liked how much she was into Brad. And Pam really liked Chantel also. I think they clicked on a different level, and I think they really enjoyed each other's company. And I think Pam would have been happy with Chantel or Emily, but in this moment, they hadn't met Emily yet.
Yes. Then, of course, Emily came, and it was very, very clear to some people that she was the chosen one. I still wasn't fully convinced, though, but I knew that she had Brad's mom's heart when Emily said that Brad was her angel. That was really, really sweet.
You saw it written all over Pam's face in her personal interview. It brought her to tears.
Yes.
And that's all a mom wants, is for someone to love their son unconditionally. And I think the entire family saw that. You know, Emily and Chantel are totally different. Chantel's totally outgoing. Emily is a bit more reserved. But it was easy for the guys to see, Brad's brothers, that he was totally smitten with Emily. It's been Emily from day one. Let's all be honest here.
Well, and also the sister-in-law, please, I'm just kidding. The sister-in-laws loved her because she's a mother, and they, of course, felt like they could relate to her better. So from that aspect, it worked. Like I said, Deanna, I still was not convinced. And then the date with Chantel came. They went swimming with great white sharks. I was still loving their fiery connection. Like, I mean, you know, I was obviously fooled. I thought that Brad was going to pick Chantel. I swear.
It's easy to be fooled, Nicole. What you guys don't know, that they give the most action-packed dates to the girl that the Bachelor or the Bachelorette is not going to choose because you don't want that much downtime to be lovey-dovey. You need something to keep, because by this time, you know who you're going to choose.
I get that, yeah. I get that, but Brad totally had me fooled. I mean, he even said if all goes as planned, I will marry her. And he was talking about Chantel. Like, I was totally convinced until his date with Emily, when he straight up said to her, I want to be the father to your daughter. Not the stepfather, the father. And that moment, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, everybody, especially Deanna, was right. They called this. Brad is going to choose Emily. Then he had an anxiety attack and ran to the bathroom, but you know.
But you know what? I felt the anxiety attack was a little bit uncalled for. I don't feel like Emily was trying to be mean in the sense. She rightfully herself is a mother to a 5-year-old little girl. She had every right to be on the defense and ask Brad outright if he was going to be there, if he was going to be able to get up at 3 in the morning when the baby is sick. Is he going to be around to actually be a father? What does a father mean to him? And I think Emily was totally entitled to that.
Deanna, I could not agree more. I had so much respect for Emily in that conversation because she said, I don't want you to have any surprises. And that's the reality of being a parent. 3 a.m. wake-ups, throw-ups, whatever it may be. And I think Brad's ready.
You know what?
I really do.
Clearly,
hopefully.
Clearly the anxiety paid off because we all saw the rose ceremony. And sadly, we saw Chantel O go home, which was heartbreaking. But pick it back up with such a love-filled ending. Brad chose Emily. Yay!
And did you see that ring?
It was gorgeous.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous. I could not take my eyes off of it.
The best part was the proposal because I think it looked very true to heart and it looked very true to Brad.
He was excited and nervous.
Yeah,
I loved it.
And I think he really spoke those words from heart. And I don't think Brad takes proposals lightly.
No.
Obviously, he didn't choose me.
Deanna learned that the hard way.
But I think Brad did a great job of really putting out love and thoughtfulness and really catering this to Emily.
Yes, and that brings us to after the final rose. Now, of course, Chantel came out first, and that was really dramatic. She needed closure. He was really standoffish with her at first, and I definitely think it hurt her feelings. And, you know, one thing about Chantel that you have to say, and I think this is why I thought she was going to win the whole time, because she really wears her heart on her sleeve, and she is so in touch with her feelings and so honest with them that I think I was falling in love with her falling in love with him. I mean, maybe we didn't see as much from Brad, but it totally fooled me. I didn't see that as much from Emily, and I guess that's why all along I thought it would be Chantel.
I think it's okay for you to get fooled and everyone out there to get fooled because Chantel O looked amazing last night.
Yeah, she did.
She looked banging in that red dress. Her hair looked great. Her skin is flawless. And girl, you got it. You look happy and it is written all over your face.
Yes, so she was trying to get some answers from Brad, but Brad kind of flipped that on her and said, well, I think I've heard that you're happy. Chantel has a boyfriend. So obviously all ends well. Is that what they say? What ends well in love? All that ends well in love?
I don't think that mattered to Brad because Brad was too busy protecting Emily. And as we could all see, things are not perfect in the world of Brad and Emily. That was written all over the After the Final Rose last night.
It's not all roses. Remember they said that?
Not all roses. And I think we all saw that last night. Let alone Chantel O dealing with her heartbreak. Emily is dealing with some heartbreak as well. And
Rightfully
let me tell you, as an insider to this, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard to watch this show, see the relationships with Brad and the other women or the Bachelorette with the other men. It's hard to see that and stay so secure in your own relationship. And you know what I love most about this After the Final Rose? It was real.
It was very honest.
It was very real and very honest. Things are not perfect as you may think they seem, you know?
Yep.
It was great to see Brad and Emily just lay it out there on the line that there are issues, there are things that they are trying to work through, and we're hoping that they can. But let me tell you my fear, Nicole.
What's your fear, Gianna? I want to know what you think, girl, because you know
As much as I love Emily, I think that Emily may chew him up and spit him out, and I'm scared of that.
Well, I think Brad is a little bit too, but I mean, she did seem like she loves him last night and is willing to work towards it, so we'll see. I mean, like you said, it was real and it was honest, and I think that they stand a better chance the way they were last night than coming on like, yeah, we're getting married next month, because that's not reality, you know?
I'm hoping they can pull it through, but I'll tell you what, the love language, the posture, everything was just a bit awkward. It didn't read true love to me, and you can tell that there's some hostility there a little bit.
Well, like Emily said, she is trying to figure out what's reality TV and what is her reality. So good luck to both of you guys, right?
That is exactly
right. I can't wait
right.
to see what happens.
This has been so much fun. We are closing season 1 of Rose Recap. We want to make sure and thank Become a Host Productions for putting this on for us.
Absolutely. We also want to thank The Bachelor for letting us do this recap and putting it on thebachelor.warnerbrothers.com. We have absolutely loved doing it, and we can't wait for season 2, right?
More importantly, I want to give a big thanks to Boutique on Feet. They have been so wonderful to dress me for these Rose Recaps.
Look how fly she looks.
You can find my beautiful necklace and shirt on their website. So this is so exciting. We are super excited to come back for season 2 of Rose Recap for The Bachelorette with Ashley H.
I know, I cannot wait. It premieres on May 23rd, so we will see you right after with your Rose Recap, and this is The Final Rose. Bye guys, see you next time.